Oh, and of course, all autistic people are savants. Yep, yep. Hi, I'm Becky. I'm a former special education teacher, a future audiologist, a wife and mother to a couple of awesome neurodivergent folks, and a lifelong anxiety endurer. Basically, my whole life revolves around disability, and today we're going to dive into the debate of casting non disabled actors to play disabled roles. Now, this is a debate that has been going on for a long time, but as the disability activism movement has garnered more attention in the media, more people are having this debate than have ever had it before. There have been major wins and losses for the disability community in this area recently. One of the most notable ones was Sia's movie Music, which cast a non disabled dancer as the non speaking autistic title character. But on the flip side, there was a Disney short called Loop, which cast a non speaking autistic actress to do the voiceover for a non speaking autistic character. Yay! More recently, there has been backlash over the casting of Millicent Simmons as Helen Keller. Now, the actress, is deaf, but Helen Keller is pretty famously deaf-blind, and anyone who has worked with these populations will know that there is a big difference in the experience of those who are deaf versus those who are deaf-blind. But again, on the flip side, there was an Oscar-winning short film called Feeling Through, which featured a deaf-blind actor. Probably worth pointing out that both of these casting wins were for short films, not full-length features, but they prove the point that it is possible to have authentic casting. Also, I highly recommend them both. But why does it matter? It's just acting, and you don't have to be exactly like the character you're portraying. Chris Hemsworth isn't really an alien prince. Daniel Radcliffe isn't really a wizard. Meryl Streep isn't really a cold-hearted fashion CEO. So why can't non-disabled actors play disabled characters? I get it. I grew up doing theater, not professionally, but I did pretty well in the community theater arena. And one of my favorite roles was the baker's wife in Into the Woods, which coincidentally is also where the name for this channel comes from. At the time, I wasn't a baker or a mom, although I've since become both. But I still haven't been cursed by a witch or had an affair with a prince. And I had to act as if I'd had those experiences. The whole point of acting is to pretend to be someone you're not. But there are two big reasons why authentic casting matters. The first reason comes down to the authenticity of the portrayal. For many people, their only exposure to disabled people is from what they see in the media. And if that portrayal is a caricature, a joke, or just unrealistic, if someone has no experience with this disability, they're probably not going to understand that it's not accurate. Or they may generalize that one character to how every person with that particular disability acts. An example of this is Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang Theory. How many people now think that autistic people are self-absorbed, emotionless beings, incapable of empathy, and only worthy of friendship if you yourself are so socially awkward that the autistic person is your only option? Oh, and of course, all autistic people are savants. Yep, yep. Even as prevalent as autism is, this is what a lot of people still believe about it and about the people who are autistic. And these performances perpetuate stereotypes because what do these non-disabled actors have to look to for reference? Other non-disabled performances. The second reason that authentic casting is crucial is simply employment. Disabled people are the most disadvantaged when it comes to employment in this country. And for actors, it's even worse. It's hard to get a job as an actor even if you look like a supermodel, but if you have a disability, it's virtually impossible. Casting non-disabled actors in disabled roles takes the limited opportunities that disabled actors have away from them. So, to try to figure out whether someone should be cast in a role, I use the reciprocity rule. I say, as if I'm, a casting director of a major studio. But basically, an actor can only play a character if the character could reciprocate and play the actor. If that sounds complicated, I'll explain it. Here's a simple explanation. A brunette actress is hired to play a blonde character. Could a blonde actress play a brunette character? Sure. So, since there's reciprocity, that casting decision shouldn't be a problem. What about an autistic character? Well, it starts to get a little bit more complicated because there are absolutely autistic actors out there playing non-autistic characters, probably more than people realize. So, in theory, by this reciprocity rule, a non-autistic actor could play an autistic character. But let's go a little deeper. Could a non-speaking autistic actor play a speaking non-autistic character? No. So by the reciprocity rule, a speaking non-autistic actor should not be playing a non-speaking autistic character. It's not a foolproof rule, and I fully expect to see examples of how it doesn't work in the comments, but it's a starting point to get more authentic representation and more workplace accessibility in the entertainment industry. Do you have opinions about authentic casting? What do you think about my reciprocity rule? Leave a comment below because I want to hear your stories.